Dobrý večer, přátelé, dobrý večer. 22:21. Začínáme dneska krapet později, takže asi spíš budeme pokračovat v těch pozdních streamech, nebo možná, vzhledem k tomu, že někdy od druhého nám začíná frontovka, možná, že uděláme taky nějaký úplný day off a začneme až s frontovkou, ale uvidíme. Každopádně vracíme se zpátky do diska a uvidíme, jak to dál bude tady s tím naším zmateným detektivem. A ještě mě tak napadlo, že než řešit tady knihovnu, tak ještě jsme se nebyli podívat tady na té levé straně tady vzadu. Takže bych to viděl tak, že se možná budu mrknout někam sem. Co je tady?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
No, něco tam bylo možná kdysi dávno namalovaný, že? To je bílé ověření, můžeš to zkusit znovu. Jedná se o zeď na boku obytného domu.
You have no clue. It's just a wall. So many walls all over Montanese, weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Konceptuálnost? Kde je konceptuálnost? Tu zrovna mám poměrně vysokou. Apartmány u mysu. Vyvinutá baru.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Vyšla motocyklu.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Zachlapej.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Oh,
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
tady policie.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Oh. Prosím, puste mě dovnitř, je tu zima.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, řekněte jí, že jsme opravdoví policisté.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. Just faint sweeping sounds inside.
Okay. No, jeden hostíček.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Co nás potřesí rukou.
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
OK. Jste na lodi. A začneme od jedničky. Hold.
Why, yes I am.
Na lodích moc lidí není, že? Má někdo? Má nějaké jméno? Máte na tohle licenci?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas Alamer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
No, neviděl jsem tu nikoho jiného, kdo by se plavil na lodi.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich. Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
Ale ne. Co furt musíme hnedka každýho toho? Když potřebujeme někoho na naší straně, ne? Protože tam vůbec přemýšlím, mám před sebou policejní práci.
Have it your way.
Tak. Má nějaké jméno?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act, a law that says she doesn't need a license. Sly fox, you're not aggressive enough to harass her further on this.
Good.
Tak. Povězte mi o divokých piních.
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Dobře, tak co dělají?
Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
Kde jsou ostatní Indoklany?
Saint-Baptiste, LUM, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
OK.
She nods.
Tak, co víme o stavce?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Počkejte, co když jste slyšeli obvodní, jakou roli v tom přesně hrajete vy? No, další dotazy. Počkejte, co když chci slyšet o obchodních tajemstvích?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
The octopus that straddles Revachol, the Emergencies Act, is the cornerstone of post-war Revachol, inseparable from the world it created.
Chobotnice, já ji zabiju. Jak ji tedy mohu zrušit? Nechtěl bych chobotnici vyrušit, raději nechte mít.
Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition also leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Jo, hlavoměr.
Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
No,
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
maňana.
Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Jaké jsou
There are
požadavky?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Přehnaně agresivní komunistická pauza. Zdá se, že nemají ponětí o podnikání. Zapomeňte na to, chtěl jsem se zeptat na něco jiného. Hledně stávky. Tohle z toho, jak ta hra je ještě promotaná, jakože vysloveně s tím jako nějakým politickým postojem a podobně, to mě začíná trošku otravovat lehoulince.
She nods.
Ti strukovní obrany, ty jste tam poslali vy?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Ne, myslím stávkokazy.
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
No víte, jako byste se na něj chystala vzít rapír.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Účinný obhájce práv místních dělníků, obří pijavice vysávající život z Revacholu, v podstatě socialistická lůza. Raději se takovým věcem nevyjadřuji. Zůstaneme neutrální.
Of course, officer.
Říkal jste, že se při volbách něco
I'm glad you
stalo.
asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the union's files.
Tak spíš nějaký trochu dírání.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Všechno.
Of course. How else can I help?
Linčování, co pak o tom víš?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
A tady se prostě nedostaneme dál, dokud nenajdeme... Aha.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Vzpomínáte, jak vám můj partner řekl, že jsem nedávno prodělal neobvyklou zdravotní příhodu? Můj ztracený průkaz s tím souvisí.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Je to možné. Po noci plné alkoholu jsem ztratil veškeré vzpomínky na svůj život a svět. Co já vím, jak Co já vím, tak jsem ho mohl i sníst, nic si nepamatuju. Tenhle svět, tohle město, nic.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Oh, 28%.
Feelings will guide the way.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
Máte toho ještě tolik, já mám jen tohle. Tohle je celá moje existence. Vy tomu nerozumíte, není to pro mě něco jako vedlejší případ. Tohle je moje hlavní věc.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
Officer.
Nepatalo se nic kromě linčování. Je tu jen tohle pobřeží a to linčování.
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in. Somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible. The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Perhaps it's time to look into it. Or you can find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Tak, co pak chceš?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
Nešeptej tolik, já tě neslyším.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Aha,
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Maybe this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
co?
I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional, after all. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Měsíce? Aha.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? This reality.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
Provádím osobní průzkum světa, na kterém se nacházíme, souvisí to s mou zdravotní přírodou. Mám problém vzpomenout si i na ty nejzákladnější pojmy z reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I...
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
Já sám jsem disco přežitý.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
Odskočím si. Tak.
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol, and the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as les immensités bleues, the blue immensities.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary. Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city. The great kind. History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Kdo ho postavil?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine in the DeLorean century, 380 years ago. They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of... We're standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
Synečku. Takže jsme v nedůležité části důležitého místa, takže jsme v podstatě ve středu světa. Jsme na periferii v podstatě nikdo.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about...
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, man. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask. about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Monsieur will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long term.
Na tu poručníku pokračovat budeme později.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service. Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Dočasný bonus ke zkoumání žádný. Jestli se to bude zkoumat společně, tak super. Vypadáte bohatě. Tebe, že bychom jí pumpli o nějaký peníze?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
To jsou ale lesklé vlasy. Jaké pěkné látky.
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, positively statuesque. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
Co je to za pocit? Jsem zatraceně pracující člověk, nestíním se z téhle pijavice vytřes nějaké prachy, jak bych měl být. Vůbec uvažuju, tohle je žena a já jsem muž.
Yes, you're too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Odinel.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Řekl bych, že to nevyjde.
Voila, you're doing it.
Jaké? Vypadáte bohatě, mohu dostat nějaké peníze? Můžete mi dát nějaké peníze, madam? Pomozte mi, jsem chudý, potřebuji peníze, abych přežil.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm sad to hear that. How much do you need?
Co takhle? 70 reálů? 10 je... přehnaně moc, ale 70 nebo 30? Řekni si o těch 70.
That's a reasonable sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them to you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch.
No neke.
There must be about 200 real in that zip bag, maybe a little less, plus some change at the bottom.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
Tak, minimálně si půjdeme zaplatit za tu škodu, co jsme způsobili v tom báru. Dobře, jste mě podplatila, teď jsem váš malý pěšák. Jsem čestný policista. Jeden z mála dobrých mužů v Revacholu. Pořád se mi ještě honí hlavou celý ten peněžní koncept. Jen jste mi pomáhala.
You're right, man, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Tak, je to docela jednoduché.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Abych si to ujasnil, materiál se ze Samary do Revacholu dostává přes terminál.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Proč jste se neobrátili na Rom už dříve? To není náhoda, že tam ty kamiony takhle uvízly, že ne? I máte důkaz, že jsou do toho odbory zapletené. Už teď máme podezření, že jeden z řidičů byl lynčování přítomen.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. Yes?
Jasně.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course, detective.
Dobrá. Dobrá. Tak, jdeme zaplatit ty naše škody, tak aby jsme na to měli mít. Počkej. Mapa. Nemůžeme rychle cestovat, to je škoda. To měli home. Proč nevidím normálně mapu? Proč to mám vyplý jenom tady na to? Jak se teďka z toho dostanu zpátky? Jak to odkliknu? Nebo že by to byla chyba. Tam mi to nemělo může zobrazovat. Nemáš u sebe mapu? No, proč neběžíš? Sakra, tady je lidí.
Can I help you?
Co se týče těch peněz, které dlužím.
Yes. Have you got it?
Kolik vám dlužím?
Drinks? 30 real. Well,
Tak. Tady to je, omlouvám se za potíže. Budeme slušní.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type.
Co? Plodotyp? Co jsou plodotypy?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
Bezva polda, nějaký druh poldy zbraně, lítostivý polda, nejsem si jistý. Je mi líto, že jste mě musel sledovat. Bezva polda?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Dobře, dobře, ale jaké jsou ty ostatní plodotypy? Nebudu... Nebudou ostatní plodotypy žádlit, je mi to líto, stotožnit se s tím. Víš, vlastně mi to není líto, rozmyslel jsem si to. Kurva, měli by se omluvit.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
Dobře, jaké jsou ty ostatní
Oh,
plodotypy?
you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go?
Nebudou ostatní žádlit.
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
Dobře, je mi to líto.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Dobře. -1 ostuda celé party. Nechci žádnou -1. To zkoumat nebudeme. -1 autorita.
Can I help you?
Chtěl jsem si zaplatit za ten nocleh. Říkal, že to je přece 20, ne? Jasně, 20. Vteřinku. Tak.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes.
Jsme to vzali přes zeď. To tak jak mu mám zaplatit za nocleh? Kurně.
Can I help you?
Co kdybys to chytil do ruky?
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just... The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor, where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here. He nods.
No problem, officer.
Nějaký bodík. Možná ti pochopit tvoje sestry a bratry v modrém, nejen tak, že zachytíš jemné signály od svého partnera, ale i tím, že jsi svědkem všech těch drobných cen, které se v tvém okrsku. Dáme si trošku empatie.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Jsem kuřák?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
Znamená ho o filtru, to se mi nepodaří kouřit.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man, a mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
WTF? Neměl bych to neudělat. Jo, neměl bych to neudělat. Aha. To jsem nechtěl.
Can I help you?
Ne, prostě se musíme dorazit, až když budeme chtít spát a ono to z nás potom vymáčkne nějaký peníze možná. Dobře, to znamená, že musíme tam k těm šoférům. Aha, kdo ví, jestli ona v tom taky tady nemá prsty. Musíme tady z těch šoférů zjistit. Kdo to tady rozváží?
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
No to musí být nějaké cigarety, nechtěl byste uštědřit nějaké drobné pro pracujícího člověka, vypadá jako, který se vyzná v drogách.
Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for the sweet release of death.
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Revachol's weird. Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. The bosses, man.
Vím, kdo se ti šéfo myslí, že jsou, ale zní to jako dobrá dohoda. Aspoň pro ně. Takže jste na mezině, chápu, na co bych se měl ještě zeptat.
You know. What you need? Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Financujete ty jiné závislosti obchodem s drogami. Snažím se trochu uvolnit, takže hledám dealera. Snažím se k vám být upřímný. Snažím se zjistit, kdo pašuje drogy z terminálu B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
To bude nakonec ten hrozný rasista, ne? A nebo zahradnice.
Looking for something?
Šel jsem ho koši, ten je váš?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
No.
He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
Pak tedy budu potřebovat tu, kterou zrovna kouříte.
Can't have it. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. I bet. Sorry I couldn't be of any help. Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
Jste cítit chlastem a cigaretami, tak jaký je vlastně mezi tím rozdíl?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safre, Ilmara. They take the money from our local junkies here and then use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Počkejte, ale alkohol se vyrábí... Poslyšte, já souhlasím, je naší povinností udržet ten let mimo ulice Revacholu, že?
I don't go for that foreign piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like a dram of that Yugograd vodka. Koikos and worse much, but they do no booze. Not in, not out. I'll never betray the purity of my tribe.
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
Cestou jsem potkal jeden kamion s otevřenými dveřemi do přívěsu. Víte, co se tam stalo?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
If they were getting drunk inside the Whirling in Rags, how could they know who broke into the lorry?
Když jste byli všichni co, tak víte, že se do toho náklaďáku loupali kyptové.
What? Aren't we allowed to say that it's the kips who do all the stealing around here? That's not rote science, man. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
Ten, co přeprodává balíčky humanitární pomoci, že?
That's the one. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood. Is your man alright? 100%. He's a lorryman selling his employer stuff. Broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. No doubt he's selling drugs too.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
Guess so.
Okay.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
A co ten druhý nápis? Jděte domů, prasata. Kdo jsou to prasata?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Dobře, tak se zkusíme podívat tady k tomu rolu, co nám řekne. Ten, co tady prodává ty věci z humanitární pomoci.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Takže.
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's so cool. You investigating the local drug trade like some cool narc? But I am not a lorry driver. I am just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. I'm...
Realizing he can't get out of it. Smart man.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
Takže jste se mi o tom zapomněl zmínit.
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
Plýtváte mým časem, řekněte mi, kdo sem kurva vozí ty drogy. Řeknu vašemu zaměstnavateli, že jste prodávali jeho věci.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
Jestli se nechcete do té šlamasteky dostat, musíte nám dát důvod posunout se dál. Jsme kamarádi, jste nám, nikomu neřekneme, že jste to byl vy.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now?
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos. There's one by the statue of that king. I haven't gone near her. And I won't either.
Jo, aha, to je ta, kterou jsme minule mysnuli, já jsem k ní nedošel.
The third driver. We haven't talked to her yet. Where exactly is she? Near the horseback monument?
In her lorry there. But I don't know if it's her. Are we cool now? I think we're cool now. All right. I scored.
Tohle z tomu jde ono. Bych to tak viděl.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
Popravdě jsem doufal, že to mi řeknete vy. Dám, jste v pořádku, byla jste mimo.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
Počkat, co je na 50. letech tak špatného?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is. Someone was. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide-brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
Někdo, toto nejsou vaše vzpomínky.
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
All of what? The world? The present?
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Mefk, it was a golden age.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Tak, zkusíme ji vyslechnout.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
Co lezete?
Diamonds. Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Dobře, co lezete?
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
Takže vy nevíte, co převážíte ve svém vlastním nákladáku?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Počkat, vás zhulí to, že jezdíte nákladákem.
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Herife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
Bad Hand, Hermenegildos's bad hand, strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
Stále celé té Boyadero věci nerozumím.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
The Boyadero, Boya for short, is a cowherder from upstream Magritte, the great steppes of northern Mesk. He is a rugged individualist and explorer. The woman sways her wrinkled shell back and forth, a strange grin across her face.
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
I'm a lady like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams.
Takže vy nejste ta říčka, které se tak všichni bojí?
I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around, when I have my movies to go to? Oh, Sim.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her thing.
So he doesn't think she's the lady driver.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case. But connected to this woman tuning out like that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communers around. I drive routes no one else will. Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain, the Transcatolia Magistral, you for 1A, Adestradas du Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly.
Je to šoférka, ne, že ne? Jsem na stránce něco, to by mělo být ohlašeno příslušným úřadům. Hustý, jeď, dokud z tebe nebude prach, sestro.
Irmao, I already am dust.
Vypadáte jako žena, která už o drogách něco ví.
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. Yes, there is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest.
Then what were you getting at?
Maybe if she thought your corrupt.
Your man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
Dříve jste mi říkal, že nevíte, co převážíte. Mohly by to být drogy?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, Lowman? No, Lowman, diamonds. Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Zoras. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Jo, to toho teda moc nevíme. Kurňa.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Tak, vteřinečku. Hmm. Nikdo jiný už není, ne?
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
A Stars Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Co se stalo?
An old case for my precinct. A couple of Zhimsk migrants saw a Stars Ryko stopped in the street, painted just like this, muddy brown. Murdered the driver on the spot. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Zhimsk community protested the trial, flying the banners of some old king or whatever. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
No, zapravujeme, ale na tom protestu bylo 4395 lidí. Mohl být řidičem tohoto auta náš oběšenec.
I try to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body, but my initial guess is the two are unrelated. Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that. Four years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
The prisons in the greater Revachol industrial harbour are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Yes, detective? You sure you're not Zhimsk?
Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. 4 to 5% maximum. The woman is still hunched over the railing, her head swaying to the music. Her...
Huh? What is it? What do you want? Did you just call me a lady, Herife? I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul. I'm only terrifying to small children.
Yeah, It's not her. Believe me.
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there. It's all just... In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to? Oh, Sim.
Tady mi něco uniká. Když to není voda.
Looking for something?
Aha.
I don't know what you're talking about. He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything. You're all bark and no bite. The real dogs are up in Jamrock. Everyone knows.
You mean La Puta Madre?
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look like his friends protected him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him. The main thing is to
Kurňa.
not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
What? What do you think we're doing right now? Run. We're outside talking. There's some kind of homo thing? Make me runt.
We'll just have to ask someone else about the lady driver. Let's go.
Kdy mám nějaký poslední save? Aby jsme si to tam nechali.
The small, wrinkled wood, the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of...
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you? Never mind. I remember now. The men have the small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you back in Mefka? Until you came along.
Tohle jenom rychle si odklikáme.
This.
A striking leap.
He was the biggest.
In all likelihood, it's a world that's...
Someone.
Potřebujeme se do té situace dostat, aby jsme teda, že to není ona.
They are someone. They're beautiful.
All of what? The world.
I wasn't. Well, you.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have any time. Of course not. Whatever stupid things they put in the law, I quit concern.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Then it's contraband.
Bad hand. Hermenegildos' bad hand.
Of course.
A boyadero. Boya for the woman sways her wrinkled shell.
Did you just call me a lady, Harife? I'm not that either, Harife. I've gone to. I'm only terrifying to.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Oh, Sim. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? Yes.
Those epithets are familiar somehow.
Then what we're.
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
You're man, Lowman. What of it? Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month I made half a dozen trips from No, Lowman. Diamonds. Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the...
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Kdo je básník, sakra? Kdyby to byl ten potetovaný.
Where do you want me to go? Or I can...
I think we're done here, no? She's just a distracted...
So he...
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you.
Nothing.
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in some...
Oh, Lomonosov, the Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. You're right, Lowman.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say? Yes, go.
Jo.
Looking for something? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run...
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit.
Yeah, him.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peonist job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre mad.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the...
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out.
The lieutenant turns and gives... Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him, by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
Takhle si to tady necháme. Přesně v tomhle stavu jsme to chtěli mít.
Looking for something?
The main thing...
Máme to tady přesně v tomhle stavu. Víceméně půjdeme asi potom jakože ještě si poslechnout i ty dva ostatní zbylý kamioňáky. Potom tady možná zkusíme nějaký safe loady tady na toho, jestli ho nezlomíme. Každopádně to tady nechám. Kolik máme? 12:30. No, tak jo, přátelé. Nějak jsme s tím extra moc nepohli. Jenom se tady teďka jakože leholince motáme, když přijdeme na to, kdo tady je z nich ten pašerák, tak třeba se potom o té ženský na té lodi něco dozvíme. Ale to uvidíme až zase někdy. Až zase někdy příště. A máme zaplacenou vlastně útratu. Nebo to rozbitej ten pokoj, takže jsme v pohodě. Ale zbytek už si necháme zase na někdy příště. Jak budou další streamy, teďka s otazníčkem, jak jsem říkal, někdy od 2. je frontovka, což je tuším, že pondělí. Takže nejsem si úplně jistý, jestli možná budu zapínat takhle si někdy po večeru, teďka to disco, nebo jestli to necháme bejt a rovnou se potom vrhneme na tu frontovku. Ale uvidím, jako vždycky. Sledujte, sem tam, mrkněte do nadpisu vyvinutého streamu, když by přišel nějaký day of pozdní stream nebo něco podobného, budu se to tam snažit nějak zavčas dávat vědět, ale pro teď je to všechno. Já vám všem děkuji za návštěvu, přeju vám krásnou dobrou noc a u nějakého dalšího streamu zase. Ahoj.